You know, in my set against Mr. B, he banned PS2, which is really surprising. According to him, it's a bit of a Lucina thing. All right, let's see this. We have Aegis versus Yoshi. I don't know if this is a winning matchup for anyone. I played against Iceburg last week. I don't know who this other player is. I can't see it on the stream. They don't let us. Already opening up with Mythra's dash attack. That's such a strong move. It just greatly increases her burst range. It sets up for juggles, especially against heavyweights. And Yoshi is a sleeper heavyweight. Comboing with Nair. We have a little bit of, it looks like, not lag, but a little bit of delay on the stream. It's like the, oh, okay, there we go. It just fixed itself. Iceberg coming in with a dash attack and then using Nair out of shield again. Yoshi's like to just hold their shield for a second and then come out with a Nair. It's really effective and works very well. Plus it can kill out Hypersense. Pyra's forward tilt, on the other hand, is incredibly strong. Covers almost all ledge get-up options and is safe on shield. I think we should expect to see a lot of that in this set, especially against a character like Yoshi, which jumps out of ledge so much. Or just neutral gets up like that. Not reading the roll with that forward smash. Switching to Mythra at the last second, getting back onto stage. Now, what is this? I have no clue what their game plan is, but it seems to be working. Photon Edge to get back onto stage. Mythra goes into free fall after that, so it's an incredibly risky move. Up air taking the first stock against Iceburg. Yoshi has no kill throws, but that grab is still going to be a lot better than Yoshi's neutral special just because of the way Yoshi can direct somebody off stage. And they are playing a game of chicken now. Not catching the jump out of Yoshi's egg. And another Photon Edge back to stage. That is ballsy, my dude. Dash attack, like I said earlier, it's a great opener. Super safe. Super hard to predict or respond to. Sets up for so many things. It's so strong. I thought we were going to see a downer to up smash combo right there. I had a heart attack because I got that happened to me so many times earlier today during friendlies. I was playing against 599. Forward air, walling out Yoshi. And Yoshi walling out with eggs in kind. Telling Pyra to taste the rainbow with those eggs. Okay, finally somebody dealt damage. Awesome. Gotta love it, the side B coming from Pyra. Iceburg has got to find some kind of either fast damage or just quick, easy kill confirm if he wants to even this up. This is not looking good right now. Any stray hit from Pyra right now could possibly kill, especially on a stage like PS2 that doesn't have any defining blast zones the same way Town and City does. Just coming out swinging with those forward tilts out of shield. I'm very surprised that Iceburg has managed to live for this long, not just to this percent, but just the amount of actual time against a character like Pyra. He has done a fantastic job of keeping himself alive. Forward tilt not taking it. That didn't even look like it sent far. I don't know if it would have killed at ledge. Down air on shield, not doing anything for Iceburg. Still staying alive, but he's barely managed to find any hits. Pyra only at 51. She's not dying to anything anytime soon. We have another stalemate going on here. All right, Iceburg emerging with a back air out of shield. Switching to Mythra, I guess at this point Yoshi's had enough damage that anything Mythra has can kill too. Which is kind of funny, although I'm not sure what they plan on killing with. No, oh yeah, not the Photon Edge mistech. That's not happening, not on stream. Iceburg almost finding the kill right there. Pyra's Nair not killing. What's up, my guy? How's it going? We've got Iceburg versus, I kind of forgot the tag of the other person here.
Prince Fluff.
Prince Fluff, thank you so much. All right.
Who is known for playing Smash games that will remain anonymous.
On stream, yes, I see.
And being a Palutena main previously. So the Mythra is new because he very rarely goes to tournaments.
I understand. All right. I don't want to say anything, but I kind of feel like Palutena would have a much more favorable matchup against Yoshi here. She doesn't have to approach as much and doesn't have to go into Yoshi's bubble as much.
Yes, but the massive disjoint stuffs out a lot of Yoshi's options.
Fair enough. I didn't think about that.
Yoshis traditionally have issues with characters that just have like auto and neutral swords because it requires so much extra work to get in.
The double dash attack. I was mentioning earlier while I was still by myself here that Mythra's dash attack is just such a good approach tool. It makes her horizontal burst range ludicrous.
Yep. And if you shield it, that just leaves her open to run up down tilt, to run up grab, everything else.
Right.
Like, it forces you to play defensive at disgustingly long ranges.
Is there any, like, decent counterplay against Mythra, or is it just don't get hit?
Edge guard.
Yeah.
I view her as having roughly the same strengths and weaknesses as Smash 4 Cloud.
That's fair. That's a very fair assessment, actually.
Where it's like, you have to edge guard because they can be as good. All they have to do is be as good as you, and they will win neutral. So you need something extra unless you just want to outplay them literally every time.
So I was doing friendlies with 599 on the stream setup earlier today, and I played DDD, and what I figured out was pretty much the same thing. Don't land on her because you can't land against Mythra as a heavyweight. But anytime that Mythra gets back on stage from deep, it's like you missed a free stock.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't to say that Mythra is powerless. Like, the player can still go for outplays off stage the same way you can go for outplays in neutral. It's just they're at disadvantage, and this is where you're supposed to be winning.
Right.
Not that it's free, just that it's easier.
Right. But for DDD specifically, his Jet Hammer has armor, and it actually beats both Mythra's up B and her side B, depending on the way you position it. So as long as Mythra's not jumping back onto a platform like on Town and City or Kalos, I'm like,
oh, he really had to go for it.
He
felt
did.
the need. He didn't have to go for it. He just felt the need to go for it because of the percentages.
yeah.
He could have just tried to lay it out.
Of course, at that point, the game would have gone on for another minute.
I mean, if it takes an extra minute to win,
These players have been incredibly patient.
Yeah. Iceburg is like an extremely he's not just defensive because he doesn't want to go in. He's defensive because he is generally good at consistently picking safe options. So why put yourself at risk if you don't need to?
Right. I played against Iceburg in friendlies last week, and he absolutely destroyed me. Kind of with the same mentality you were just mentioning. It was like I had no choice but to approach him because he just kept harassing me with eggs, and there was nothing really I could do.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's not like he is throwing out a wall, and if you get through the wall, you get some big rewards. He's just always picking the safe option. And it's like he's trying to force you to take a risk because he doesn't have to if he's putting all the risk on you.
Right. See that forward air after the back air? Completely unpunishable.
I feel like there's very little in this game that's completely unpunishable. It's just you need to commit harder.
Well, it was in that situation because Prince Fluff missed the tech, so the only thing that could have happened was he gets launched upwards and into the forward air, or as we just saw, rolls away. Maybe against a character like Ganondorf, there might have been something he could have done. Going for the tomahawk grab. Does Pyra have any like grab confirms at this percent, or does Yoshi fall out of the window?
I'm not sure, especially because of the Yoshi double jump. However, threatening them, the idea is you don't just threaten them, you threaten them while positioning yourself to cover where the jump goes.
I see.
Ooh, that was a good edge guard. See?
Yep.
One hit off stage, and he's dead. Despite having a solid jump and a relatively decent, just in terms of distance covered, vertical recovery.
Right. Those nairs out of shields have been doing magic for Iceburg right now.
Yeah, that is Yoshi's out of shield option. You should basically, if you ever force him to shield, you should expect that's what wins you out of it.
Right.
In a scramble situation, at least. Ooh. Yeah, wasn't ready to force the jump, wasn't ready to get anything after the jump. Which is admittedly very hard for Yoshi. Or to get on Yoshi.
Right.
But
Yoshi's just such a hard character to follow in the air.
yep, that should be a...
Yep, that Iceburg has been making Game 2 look completely different from Game 1. I don't know exactly what changed.
Well, this is a smaller stage ledge to ledge, right? I'm not crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I'm pretty sure it's smaller too.
then that means it's more. Every hit is more likely to put Pythra off stage.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. There are a lot of matchups where, like, as Samus, if I'm just like, if I think I'm gonna be able to put you off stage, I will just take you to Smashville every time, and edgeguard you every time. Like,
Smashville's tiny. I hate Smashville for that reason.
Well, it's a matter of knowing how to use it. Because the other thing is, if you're against a zoner, or at least someone with a lot of projectiles, they have less range to fire projectiles from. You don't have to run as far to get to them, that sort of thing.
I see.
Oh, that
Oh
was
my goodness.
solid read.
Not
That was
quite
a
taking it though.
bold but good call.
This could be it. Going for the nair. I thought I saw a back air coming there. Iceburg just playing it incredibly safe now because
Well,
he knows.
he just ran in there for the up air.
He ran in. That's true. I guess
He could have just kept. He could have just used eggs to take stage control. Throw that out as a hitbox to prevent Pythra from running in, and then staying center.
What I've noticed is Iceburg hasn't been covering rolls, and Prince Fluff just rolled out of Iceberg's wall twice. Oh, never mind. All right,
So
going
game
to
from Iceburg.
game 3. Oh, yay, we finally have the little stream HUD at the top. We didn't have that in game 1, which was really inconvenient. Taking it to FD. How does FD compare ledge to the stage they were just on, Small Battlefield?
My guess is he's not thinking about ledge to ledge. I'm guessing he's thinking about forcing Yoshi to have fewer landing options.
That's completely fair. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Like, it should never just be one thing with stages, because if you focus on one thing, someone can generally ban out the stages that have multiple things you don't like, that also have that feature, and then leave you with the one where it's like, oh, it has this platform layout that I love, but all these issues with blast zones or ledge to ledge distance or whatever.
See, I really wish I thought about that in my last set. I went against Mr. B. Game 1 was really close, and so he switched to Mewtwo. And I should have...
Oh, didn't mash out
That's sad. Oh. I took us to FD for game 2, thinking that, you know, FD as DDD is my stage, but I really wish I'd taken us to Town and City in retrospect. I feel like with the wider stage and the access to the platforms, I probably could have outmaneuvered him a little bit more.
Would you have been okay with the side blast zones being smaller, allowing him to more easily kill you with that smash with the like?
Yeah, because the way he finished the game wasn't with just horizontal kills. He went really deep, a lot deeper than I expected to edgeguard me.
Oh.
You know, as DDD, I'm not used to people going that deep, like blast zone deep, to use an aerial against DDD because he can recover from the pits of hell.
Yeah.
So it just caught me completely off guard to see him go off stage. Only twice during the whole set, he used it as a trump card. He used it for the last stock, right? Really smart move, and that just shows how good of a player Mr. B is.
Speaking of smart moves, Iceburg completely jumping out of that shield pressure to regain center stage control.
Yeah.
To now have been lost by a dash attack.
Once again, this game is looking completely in Iceberg's favor right now.
Oh, that's not a huge deficit on Pythra's part right now. Like, Yoshi's basically a kill percentage, especially against Pyra specifically.
Specifically, yeah. You've been doing a great job of finding landings, though, which is remarkable. Double nair.
Mm-hmm. Good safe option. Super active.
Not dying. Using the...
Misspaced that just that little bit.
The star's not saving Yoshi from getting edge-guarded like that.
Well, he was going to ledge was the reason why I did that. He just slightly misspaced it so he didn't grab ledge, and that move is laggy. From that far away, Pythra can easily dash attack as Pyra.
Air dodging back onto stage and not getting punished for it.
I'm surprised. Ooh, misses the punish. Wasn't ready. I don't think he was expecting that range.
Yeah, I don't know if I agreed with that down special, but it was still a great pick.
And, like, notice how he was, like, taking those steps forward between those eggs to get closer to stage, center stage.
He's forcing Iceburg, or Prince Fluff, to use that Blazing Edge to get in.
Which comes with its own risk because we over mess it up.
Right.
That was a good egg to let him get back on stage, to prevent Pythra from immediately being underneath him and then getting that.
Big damage. Going from 0 to 55 in the span of a... Oh, I thought that was going to be the stock. I really did.
That move.
Oh, no. That's
always rough.
unfortunate.
That's
That's rough,
always
buddy. Iceburg taking the set game 3 with an unfortunate SD from Prince Fluff. I'm going to just go out there and say hi.
It looks like next is Space Mario against, I think that's Jules? Which would be Piranha Plant versus Me Brawler, which is not a match you're going to see very often.